welcome back to my farmhouse sewing room and quilting studio. I'm Marnay, and today I would like to share with you our little trip that we went on to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. They had a quilt show there over the weekend, and we were invited by a couple of friends, which we followed down, and we spent the whole day Friday morning, and went through the quilt show, which was crazy crowded. Hard to get through and really look at things, but it was amazing. So after that, we ended up going to lunch at a little 50s diner, and then we toured out some of the Amish quilt shops in the area. It was awesome, I have to say. Lancaster PA is a beautiful place with lots of farms and hustle and bustle. The first place we went to was it was called the Log Cabin Quilt Shop, and I believe it was in Bird in Hand. And I shopped around in there and found a few things, but when I came out on the porch, I had watched an Amishman with a team of 3 mules coming down on his little wagon to the red light. And I mean, there's lots of traffic and stuff, and he's waiting and he's watching to steer that team out, you know, when he got a break in traffic, and off he went. And I'm like, wow, I wish I could have took a picture of that. I thought that was amazing. Those animals have to be very well used to the traffic and everything down there, but it was really cool to watch. So anyway, today I'd like to share with you a few of the things that I picked up at the Lancaster Quilt Show and some of the shops in the surrounding area. It was great. So I'll get on to the first things. I don't even remember what I bought first, but it was really cool. So I think I'm going to have to show you my favorite item first. And this was at the Quilt Show. And this is a homemade chicken, and it is a pin cushion, and it has this rustic, old-fashioned little clamp that'll clamp onto my desk. The little pillow that she sits on is velvet, and the chicken is also velvet. I'm a little bit of a velvet fan because I think it reminds me of like vintage stuff, and this is really kind of a vintage looking little pin cushion, and somebody put their sweet time in it, and it was only $28. I cannot wait to clamp this onto my desk and keep my pins in this. And they even told me when I put the pins into the base here, or the little nest that she has, it'll sharpen my pins. Just a really cool thing that caught my eye when I first went into the quilt show. It's great. So this is really a cool find, and I don't remember who made this, so I can't tell you. I tried to pick up business cards as I went along, but I didn't get a business card for this one. I ended up going back toward the end of the day and going back through the quilt show because it was less crowded after we came back from the shops and they were getting ready to close up. So I kind of took my time and went through and looked at some more things in there that I really couldn't get to. I got a really nice, I guess this is a fat quarter. There are 13 fat quarters, and they're like a retro design, but I thought these would make great background fabrics for a pattern that I found at the quilt show. I have to tell you about that. So some of you might know about the Tilda fabrics. Well, I found this pattern there, and this is called Tilda Hometown Hen House Quilt. And when I saw this on the table that the lady had, I thought that it was for sale. I had no idea. And so I picked it up and I handed it to her, and she's like, oh, no, this isn't for sale. This goes with a, what did she have? A kit. She made a kit up for this exact pattern with the fabrics that she had. But she told me it was a free download on tildasworld.com. So as soon as I got home, I downloaded this pattern. This pattern I am going to make. But I am not going to make mine exactly like what they have here on the pattern. And I might even use some Tilda fabric. But I have my own ideas on this. So this probably will become an upcoming video when I get to it. And this, I think, is a great contender for the 2024 quilt show next year. So I'm already gearing up for that. So I'm really, really excited. I want to start on trying to make one of these blocks just to see how it turns out. But I have chickens, and I just love chickens. And they also had these adorable pillowcases that goes with this quilt. And it has the Tilda girls with the hen on the pillow. So this is something that I'm probably going to make very, very soon. And instead of using all one background color, I'm going to use this bundle for my background colors for each of my tilde blocks. When I get a pattern, I get a whole new vision of what I want to do because I am not a copycatter. I like to do things my own way, and I see my own vision on patterns and designs and things, and I really just want to put my own colors on it, my own patterns. I think of it as a blank page with the outlines that you can do whatever you want. So a lot of people like to do it exactly like the pattern. Me, I'm just a little outside of the box on that. So anyway, so that's that. Some simple things that we found here. I'll show you these little cute fat quarters. These are rolls. These are by Cotton Candy Fabrics and Quilts. They do have a website. I don't have their business card here. But these are just cute little things that I picked up for my sister. This one just has like, I think they look like little peaches or something. They're pink, but really cool. And then I got her an orange one with these little black mice on it. I thought this was really cute. She likes orange and stuff like that. This one has like birds with like pennants. Those were really cute. Some turquoise with some little stars. And some chevrons with like turquoise and pink in them. And I picked these up. I had gotten these, I think there was 8 of them for $20, which I thought was pretty good. And my mother-in-law, Emma, who went with us, she bought my sister a little pack of witches' shoes and hats in this pink with a coordinating pink behind it. So I kind of bought her the little rolls to go with it. We bought Glenda home gifts because she stayed home and babysat the dogs for us. She babysat my dogs and Emma's dog, Sammy. So they had like a doggy sleepover on Friday night. So I wanted to bring her home some things to reward her. So that's what we brought home for her. So I'll get onto this big pile here. This, I went to Mook's. I can't remember all the places I went to, but Mook's was one of the places that my friend that went down there with us told me we had to go. So Mook's is really known for a lot of the fleece that they have. So, and the fleece was all downstairs, and I went down. I didn't really find anything I wanted upstairs. But when I went down, first one I saw was this chocolate colored Minky, and it has these cute little bunnies all over it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so soft. It's just absolutely beautiful. So this fabric was $8.99 a yard, which I thought was a really good deal from Mook's. And so I got 1.5 yards of this. And what's nice about this fabric is it is two-sided. So this side has a plaid on it. So, you know, opposite of the bunnies. Really, really soft. And really, you don't have to do anything with this. You know, she said you could just use it as blankets. Well, Jim thinks I should bind it. Either bind it or zigzag it around the edges. So I got this one. And thought it was just great. So then I was looking around and I found another one with the same colors, but they're kind of reversed. This one has little mice all over it. And it has little chocolate mice and little white mice. And then the underside of it is this awesome polka dot. I am a polka dot fan. I love polka dots, any kind of fabric with polka dots. So I got 2 of these, and I just love them, and they're so soft. And the kid in me is like, I want one of these, but I knew if I got one, Glenda would want one too. So I bought both of these, and I brought them home, and I said, I got you a gift. I was like, I can't decide. I said, so I'm going to let you pick. I said, which one do you want? I said, I love them both. So Glenda took the rabbits. She wanted the bunnies because she loves bunnies. And I'm like, okay, I'll take the house mouse. So these are just great, soft, just huggable blankets that I thought would be light enough for in the summer where we could just throw them on our laps if we're on the couch. Or in the wintertime, they would just be soft to keep at the foot of our bed if we needed an extra blanket. I mean, I know I'm a quilt maker, but I am blanket obsessed. And these are just so soft. And I thought my doggies will love to get in there into these blankets and cuddle up because they're just so soft and silky, and I can't even describe to you how they feel. But we all have a little bit of a kid in us or a little girl in us, and I just thought these would be fun for us girls. So I brought them home for us, and I'm going to trim them up and kind of put a binding or sew a zigzag around them. But these wash really nice, and they don't fray. which was great. So, let's get on to the other fabrics that I found. Let's see. I think I found these at the quilt shop, or the log cabin quilt shop. And this I thought was really cool because I've seen this before. And I just thought this would be really cool for Jim. And it is called Men Who Quilt. And it has all these little men doing things on it. And they got little tools and things. And I just thought this was really cool to make a nice wall hanging. I do have some fabric that has like little screws on it and hammers and nails and whatnot. And I never knew what to do with it. But I'm like, I'm going to frame this up and maybe make a little wall hanging for the quilting area. And on the bottom it says measure twice, cut once. But it has all these dudes on it. And Jim is a part of Dude Quilts. So if you haven't seen Dude Quilts yet, check out Dude Quilts. It is my husband, Jim, our friend Todd Sheets, and there's another guy in there from Virginia, and I believe his name is Todd too, and I can't think of his last name, but check that out. It's really cool. So I love these things, and I have one of these with quilt sayings on it as well, but I found another one, and I just love it, and it has all these quilt sayings on it, and I always said I'm going to incorporate these in a quilt, but I haven't done it yet. I really need to start sewing faster because I find all these things that I love, and then no time to do it. So, but I'm going to get onto that. I really am. I've decided I'm going to buckle down and really make some things. So this just has a lot of different sayings on it. So much fabric, so little time. When I learned to quilt, I forgot how to cook. Well, I don't think I could do that. I'll have to bake. A fat quarter has less calories than a hot fudge sundae. Quilt while you're ahead. A bed without a quilt is like a sky without stars. I agree with that. Our lives are like quilts, stitched with love, bits and pieces, joy and sorrow. Blood, sweat, and tears, I say. We'll work for fabric, no quilting bees in heaven, I ain't going. My favorite is, I'm a material girl. You want to see my stash? I don't know if I've got a big enough stash like some other people out there, but I'm working on it. Quilting fills my days with fabric, fills my living room, bedroom, and closet. Well, I don't let it spill out of this room. This room is pretty full. Ready, set, sew. When life throws you scraps, make a quilt. Quilting forever, housework whenever. A fat quarter is not a body part. As ye sow, so shall ye rip. That's a true statement. Warning, this quilter stops at all fabric shops. Well, I try to hit most of them. Quilting with a friend keeps you in stitches. 3 yards if you like it. 6 yards if you love it. 10 yards if you can't live without it. Quilters come with strings attached. Quilting is happiness, lack of its sadness. To quilt or not to quilt? Duh. Q is for quilts. Finished is way better than perfect. And itching to be stitching. And this is what quilters really think 5. So I think there's a lot of versions out of this little panel, because I have one here that I bought, I think, a couple summers ago, and I still haven't dug it out to put it to good use. But I did see some great ideas in the quilt shop, how they built these around like little panel squares, and I thought, that's a great idea. Sometimes we just need some inspiration. So another thing I bought this little panel, and it has all these little kitties on it. And some of them are repeats, but it's got quite a few kitties on it. Life is perfect. You've got to be kidding me. Well, when I think of kitties, I think of my friend Marlene. So I brought this for Marlene. And Marlene, if you're watching, this is going to be a special gift for you. This would be fun to make, you know, frame these around and throw it together as a quilt, make some pot holders, maybe make a little zip pouch. I mean, the ideas are endless, but I just thought this would be something simple and fun for her to, you know, to sew with. So I'm going to give that to my friend Marlene. Marlene, I love you. This little fat quarter here that I bought, it was just kind of like the retro. It looks like it's like paper with writing on it, or like a log. It's got like dates, amount, so it's like a blotter, I guess. But I just thought this was really cool to put in something. I like vintagey stuff, so I'm not sure what I'm going to put it in yet, but I know when the time comes I'll know what I do with it. I always said I buy what I love. I just thought it was unique. I love this fat quarter because it has like the prairie print in it, and it might even be a prairie print, I'm not sure, but I just thought it would go great on the Tilda dresses, because on this dresses pattern, I'm going to do a lot of prairie prints for the dresses and maybe do the sleeves in a little coordinating color. But that will definitely go with the tilde pattern. This was another fat quarter I found, and it is as sweet as honey. It has little sayings on it. Be grateful, blossoms, and the bee comes. Yeah, it's just like a nature little bee thing. It has all these little inspirational sayings on it, which I thought were really cute. This is another fat quarter I picked up. Emma showed me a pattern. I downloaded it and printed it off. So me and Glenda have been making little frogs, like rice bags. She made a couple last night. I haven't made one yet, but that's gonna be another thing probably coming up too. I'm giving you a little sneak peek ahead of what's going on. But this has these little dots on it, and I just thought this would make a great little frog. So stay tuned for something like that with the frogs coming. This has the little things that come off the trees. I forget what the heck these little things are. I think they come off the maple trees. These little things that fly down in the fall. But I thought this would be neat to put into a fall quilt with leaves. Don't know what the name of these things, and I can't think of it right off the fly. Here's another little remnant. This was just 1/8 of a yard that I picked up at Zook's. And this is a little bee fabric with little crowns on it. I love scrap pieces. Scrap pieces is probably my favorite thing to have because I'm a piecer and I like to mix different patterns and colors, so that's really cool. Here is another like prairie color. I love the green and I love the little print in it. This will be another print for the dresses on the tilde quilt. And then the last place we went, I should tell you about the place we ate Saturday morning. We went to a buffet, and I'm not a buffet fan at all. I don't care for buffets, but we went to the Shady Maple buffet. It is a huge place, and it is run by Mennonites, and it was absolutely amazing. I have not ever seen so much food and so much choice of stuff, and people there to cook for you, make you fresh pancakes or eggs, or they had hot stuff, and I mean, it was crazy busy. And then they had this huge gift shop downstairs, and I was told it's as big as Walmart because this building is huge, and I'm not kidding, it's huge. So if you ever go to Lancaster, PA, you need to check out the Shady Maple. But we didn't get down to the gift shop because it was early morning, and I didn't think the gift shop opened till 10, so I missed that. So next time when I go to Lancaster again, we're going to have to check that out. I would definitely eat there again. It was amazing. It's all you can eat, and I didn't overdo it, but it was really good. I think I had the most awesomest baked French toast with pecans on it. I had fresh fruit, a little dab of grits because I have that little bit of Southern girl in me. I love grits. And what else did I have? Oh, and some bacon, crispy bacon. And then they had all these pastries, donuts and stuff, all fresh made. I was gaga, and I am a huge sweets kind of girl. But a lot of the donuts, they had them cut in half, so I got a half of a peanut butter filled donut and a half of Bavarian cream, which I love Bavarian cream. So I really, really loved the peanut butter filled donut, and the other one I couldn't even eat at all. I mean, I thought I gorged myself, but it was really, really good. And I had orange juice with it, and the orange juice was fabulous. It didn't taste like it, it was like sometimes you find concentrate. I don't know what it was, but it was really good. The whole place was fabulous. Just absolutely fabulous. So if you ever go to Lancaster, PA, check out the Shady Maple restaurant. It is really great. And I've been told that they do dinners at night. So they do breakfast in the morning. We went to the breakfast. And the friends of ours, Jim's best friend lives in Lancaster. So we hooked up with them when we told him that we went to the Shady Maple for breakfast, and he says you should check it out at dinner time sometimes, and every night of the week they change it up to something, with different featured foods and stuff, but he said that's when they had went. They never went there for breakfast. But Jim's friend Lance also took us to a great place down there called Boob's Brewery, and it's a German place, but it's like one of the oldest breweries in Lancaster. And we ate in a catacomb, and then the catacomb, if you don't know what a catacomb is, it's underground. This place was amazing, and I wish I could show you pictures. But if you can look it up, it's B-U-B-E, apostrophe S, brewery, and it's Lancaster, PA, and it is amazing. And the the hostess took us on a little tour and gave us a little history of the place, that it used to be a brewery, you know, and they had the big barrels downstairs, and we went down underground into like a cave. And it was candle lit with little strings of lights running across the top, and then there was another room off the side, and it was just, I can't even describe it. And the food was amazing. I had the salmon, because I love salmon. Salmon and Brussels sprouts. Jim had a steak. Emma had the chicken marsala, and I forgot what Lance and Heidi had, but the food was great, and I had a great drink. I had a watermelon martini, which, oh my God, it was so good. It was whipped vodka, watermelon schnapps, and lemonade. It was a fabulous martini. Even the waiter told me it was a good choice, and it was. It was really good. We really enjoyed that. But anyway, check out the Shady Maple. Check out Boob's Brewery. And after we got out of the Shady Maple that morning, we went to the store next door, and it was called Goods. And really, it was like a giant department store, but they had an awesome array of fabrics in the back of the store, that's right where I headed. And I really thought I was kind of shopped out after the quilt show and doing a lot of the hopping in the quilt shops, but I found some couple fabrics in there that I couldn't live without. So I found another prairie print, and I like this teal with a dark little print in it. And this is a Prairie by Lori Holt. I should have known. Really nice fabric. Then I found this chicken wire, and I really like this, and this has chicken wire. It's the blue, and it says, "Welcome to our roost, rise and shine, gather with love, home sweet home." Yeah, just really cool. I might incorporate this into my Tilda quilt. I'm just not really sure yet, but I just thought this was really cool, maybe even for another kind of chicken quilt, so we'll see what I come up with that. But I really loved it. And I got these in half yards. And then this one here, I'm crazed about the sewing notions, and I really love the rulers. And this just had all the different colors, and I thought this I could incorporate into a lot of different things, so I just had to get a piece of that too. So these were all half yards. Really great little fabrics, so I really need to get sewing. So while we were at the quilt show, Jim, he was wandering around, so he picked up a few tools. He found this tool place, and I really need to tell you what they were, but I don't have the website. I will get back onto you without that. But anyway, we got some of these little bobbin pins. These are more for our spools for the quilter, because we wind a lot of bobbins, and we'd like to keep the bobbins with our quilts. Our thread spools. I have a whole cupboard full of different threads. So he got 3 packs of the spools. He got a pair of long snub-nosed scissors for $6. How much were the pins? The pins were $6. I'm not sure how many you get in here. It looks like 6. So they're probably about $1 a piece. These things here, these are really cool. Oh, I forget the name. I gotta let you know what the name of this site is. We're gonna do a little more research on it, because we haven't checked out the website ourselves, but I will tell you about that in a later video. But anyway, Jim got a couple of these little wands, and they almost look like a mascara brush, and they're silicone. And then this one has a little ball on the end, so there's a set of 2. I don't think these were very much. And these are to clean out your sewing machine. When you get down in there, the lint sticks to them, and you can pull the lint out, and then you just rinse them off. I thought these were genius, because our machines do get full of lint. Our quilter gives off a lot of lint. But my machine, I have to get down inside, and I thought these would be great. Jim got 2 sets, so those will come in handy. This here, Buckle Bee. That's the name of the website. If you think of it, check it out. So yeah, that was who we bought this from, Buckle Bee. But this is one of their inventions, I guess. I don't know, their designs. But this is a tool that will help you make your half square triangles. And I'm going to do a demonstration on this later on, because I have an upcoming quilt that I would like to have you come along and join in on me if you have the pattern, or you can just watch. But this is a great tool, and this is going to help with half square triangles. And you position this over your half square triangle, and this wider space in here, it helps you draw lines on either side, so you don't have to draw a middle line down your half square triangle. And then this smaller little space here is a half is it a ½ inch or a 1/4 inch? It's a 1/4 inch line. So it's a 1/4 inch line. But anyway, this will be a demonstration for an upcoming video for tool time. I think I'm really going to like this, and I'll probably use it a lot. So, okay, what else? I think, oh yeah, upcoming videos. I'll get to those. So the highlight before we left Lancaster County, we ended up going to Hershey Park. Hershey, Pennsylvania. That has been like a childhood dream of mine, is to go to Hershey, you know. Well, we went with Jim's best friend Lance. Wanted us to go there and go through the chocolate factory ride. You get in this little cart and it takes you all through, you know, and tells you how they make the chocolate and gives you a little history and whatnot. So we went there and we did the little tour through the little ride, which was really cool. But when we walked into the place, it was just, I've never seen so much candy and chocolate. It was amazing. So we wandered around and we really checked it out. And we ended up getting some things from the Hershey store, which I will show you. I even got this cool bag. We went to, yeah, Hershey's Chocolate World. This was like the coolest thing. And as soon as you walk in, you can smell the chocolate. Everything is fresh in there. And I have never seen so much candy. So they had candy in there, a huge assortment. Five different things for $20. So I got some Egg Hunt chocolate kisses, and they have the cute little Easter eggy kind of wrappers on them. And this is all fresh chocolate. And these I've never seen before. These are kisses with vanilla frosting inside. And I think they are an Easter thing because they have the little Easter plaid wrappings on them. These are one of my favorites. The Cadbury Rainbow. These are mini eggs. I love the Cadbury eggs because they have like that hard shell on the outside, and then when you crack it open, you got the delicious chocolate on the inside. It just melts on your tongue. Love these. So I had to have a bag of those. And then this was one of the first things I spotted. I've never seen these. Twizzlers. I mean, Twizzlers was like a childhood candy that I liked and usually got the raspberry. But these are called Orange Cream Pop. I love creamsicles. So this, I haven't even opened them yet. I can't wait to taste these. These are going to be delicious. I'll let you know how they are. And then, of course, Jim, he likes the cherry, or strawberry Twizzlers. Yeah, so I got one of these for him. So that was really cool. So that was the highlight of our little trip to Lancaster, you know, was going to the quilt show, which was a gimme. Lots of beautiful quilts there, but it was really crowded. If you want to go to the Lancaster Quilt Show next year, I would say off days, you know, because it runs into, I think it was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday they had the show, if I'm not mistaken. But in the mornings, we got there Friday morning and it was really busy. But we stayed at the hotel right beside it. We'd gotten a room there, and then they had little golf carts that somebody would pick you up and take you to the building next door, which really wasn't that bad of a walk, but it was nice if it was raining out, which it did sprinkle down there. But it was really crowded, but there was a lot of great vendors in there, a lot of beautiful quilts, a lot of things to see. It was amazing. So if you ever get a chance to do something like that, or even just take a visit to Lancaster, it's absolutely worth it. And just lots of things to see. So I'm going to get on and I'm going to tell you about some upcoming videos. My next video, so stay tuned. I'm probably going to work on that today. I've done a lot of these teddy bears, and on my last video, my live video, I told you I'm going to do a tutorial on this bear, and a lot of people said they would love to see this tutorial. So I have the pieces already cut out for this bear. I'm going to show you how I put it together. They are very simple. The pattern is easy. I made the pattern easier for me, which I'll get to in the video. But I'm going to make my bear out of fleece, and it is like a vanilla, it's like a vanilla white, but it's not white. It's like a vanilla color. It's going to be very soft, and it's going to be very fun, so stay tuned for that. My next video after that, I think I'm going to get on with this pattern. I bought this pattern in January when I was at the retreat in Link Hill. And this is called Delilah, and it is a goat pattern. And it's really simple. There's nothing fancy in it. I think it's just a lot of rectangles and, you know, half square triangles and pinwheels. I don't know. I haven't really delved into the pattern yet, but I'm going to do this for the following video after the bear, because I think this is really going to be fun. So this is by Swirly Girls. And if you're interested in this pattern and you want to do along with me, this is going to be an upcoming video. But you can get the pattern at swirlygirlsdesign.com. And the quilt will finish out at 48 by 60. And it gives you all the pattern requirements on the back. But it's really cute. And I am a Goat Girl fan, so I am going to be making that. And some of the fabrics, I'll give you a sneak peek at what I picked out for this. My friend Erin, she spoils me. Erin, she does way too much. She's so good to me. But she was somewhere and she messaged me this fabric with these little playful goats on it, you know, and they're really like childlike, but they're so sweet and so cute, and I just love it. And it came with the coordinating fabric of this little colored stripe with it and this bright rusty orange. And all of the colors really go with the little goats. So I thought I wanted to incorporate this into that pattern, but I needed some other things to go with it. So the colors I have are green, pink, orange, yellow, and blue. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to make my goat in a blue flower with these little green leaves in it. This is going to be pretty. Now you have to have a vision, because I have a vision. And then I pulled out some yellow out of my stash because I thought maybe this would make some nice colorful pinwheels. And I also have this green. And I am going to incorporate this green into my background. I have a lot of it. But I have a little twist that I'm thinking about doing for my background. But we'll get to that later when I get to the pattern and when we do the video. But that's just a sneak peek of what's up and coming. So if you want to stay tuned for my next video, I'm going to get on with doing this bear today. And yesterday, I probably should have brought y'all on for the journey of this one, but I've had a panel, and I think this is worth showing to you because I already have it done. My sister Glenda has 2 granddaughters, and they are absolutely adorable little girls. And when her oldest granddaughter, Araya, was born, I had made her a quilt, but I didn't want to do her baby quilt when she was born. And so I made her like a twin-size quilt with some flannels, and I think I had a flannel back, and I think the front was cotton, yes. And I did like these little stars on it. It had little sweet peas on it. And it took me 3 years, I swear, to make that quilt. And I finally got it quilted and given to her, not last year, I think it was the year before. So, her little sister Amory, who's going to be 2 in September, I had bought in a panel, I think 1.5 years ago. And it has a Bambi on it. And I wanted to make this little girl quilt, and it's been sitting in my stash and sitting in my stash, and I'm like, I need to get that done for her and get that girl a quilt. So I had some coordinating fabrics that kind of matched with it, and I put some borders around this, and I think it looks pretty cute. So I'm going to move my camera over, and I will show you the quilt that I did for Amory. And I also want to show you some little pillowcases that I'd made for some sweet little girls for Easter. So stay with me and I'll just move you over there. Okay, love this new camera equipment. So first off, I'm going to show you the pillowcase designs that I've got here. This little fabric here is like an Easter fabric, and I got this from Erin's shop. She's so creative. And this just has little puppies, bunnies, ducklings. Super sweet. This little pillowcase is going to be for Amory. And I have the little cuff here that matches this little turquoise, and I have the little blue zinger that I'm going to put in this. So I'm going to work on these later today because these are going to be Easter gifts for the girls. And for Araya, who loves kitties, this is going to be hers. These sweet little kitties. These are just adorable. I cannot wait till she sees this. And she has the same matching cuff, and then her zinger is a pink in the same little shimmery color, but it's going to be so fun. So I'm going to get those finished. And then my sister, who is trying to adopt a daughter or a little girl, I'm going to make sure I can pick this up right. She was supposed to come and visit me today, but she couldn't make it, so I'm going to mail this to her. But this fabric is by Poppy Cotton. And this is a fabric that I found at Zook's at Lancaster. And it has these little girls on it that's sewing and planting, and she's feeding chickens, and it's just really super sweet. And then the cuff I got at the Zooks as well, and it has these little kites on it, and it just kind of matches the little girls on the poppy cotton. So these are going to make wonderful Easter gifts for 3 little girls. So, let's see. I'm going to try to zoom in on the quilt. You can see the Bambi quilt over there. I don't know, I don't want to bring my camera in closer, but I think you can kind of see. My design wall is kind of hidden a little bit by my case, but if you can see here, I've got this panel is all in white, and then it has the blue flowers, and it has the Bambi. And then the borders I put on it are these little thumpers. I didn't have very much of this fabric. I think I might have had a half a yard, if that. Maybe, yeah. I think it was like a half a yard. I had a yard of this blue with the white polka dots, which I incorporated, and I had a half a yard of this white with the gray polka dots. So I kind of just made a little 4-patch here, and then I added some other little pieces in around it as I put the borders in, just to give it a little interest, because I just didn't want to have plain borders around it. And what I'm thinking for this when I quilt it, since it has the butterfly on the little Bambi's tail, I think I'm going to pick a butterfly quilting pattern and do it in a light pink and put it on that quilt. I think it's going to turn out great. And when I get that done, I will keep you posted on how it turns out. For the backing, I just pulled out of my stash. I found this white with the pink polka dots flannel, but there's not enough of it, so I'm going to make it a little wider with some leftover pink paisley that I'd had for the back of my mom's quilt when I made her a quilt a couple Christmases ago. So I think that's really going to turn out nice for a little quilt for Amory's birthday, for Glenda's granddaughter. So let me adjust camera, or here. I'm kind of like lowered, but anyway, I'm going to conclude this video for now, and stay tuned for the teddy bear, and I will walk you through on how to do that. It's going to be fun. So thanks for coming into my sewing room with me today and checking out all of the little things that I found on our little trip this weekend. It's been fun, and I'm going to get back at you next with the bear. So stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed and you're new, please subscribe, and because I have an upcoming giveaway that's going to be coming up soon, and I will give you more details on that. So like I said, stay tuned. I will chat at you later, guys. Bye.